Jessica Dinelle. I'm a secondary 3 student at Laurentian Regional High School in Lachute. Like every other teenager, I love to watch Netflix. My favorite shows right now are Jane the Virgin, as well as Queer Eye. They're really good shows, and I highly suggest you watch them. I also like going to concerts. My most recent concert I went to was Scott Hellman on March 20th. It was great meeting him because he's the love of my life, but he doesn't know it yet. And he also has a girlfriend, so not the best case scenario. Him and his bands made me feel so at home and so welcome. I also love to travel. My favorite place to travel has been Newfoundland. I love exploring the East Coast as that's where my family's from. In 2020, I wish to go on a humanitarian trip to Tanzania in Africa. However, most of you don't know. I'm a typical teenager, but I also have something else. A year and a half ago, I was diagnosed with severe obsessive-compulsive disorder as well as extreme anxiety. Even though I want to think that I wanted to know exactly what my diagnosis was and I wanted to know exactly how to handle it, I didn't. For a while, I thought it was depression. My grandma had it. It must have been a family matter. I also was crying myself to sleep and just felt really down. It had to be depression. I was so shocked when my psychiatrist gave me a paper that said obsessive-compulsive disorder. It made me rethink a lot of things. Over the years, I have worked on my personal philosophy, and I have learned that through the bad days, what makes a person memorable is not the bad stuff, but the strength and courage that they get to get back up. The book The Alchemist says it best. It's your personal legend. And before I get to that, my type of OCD is intrusive thoughts. Intrusive thoughts are annoying and/or disturbing thoughts that makes a person just annoyed. These thoughts lead to obsessions, which lead to compulsions, which are the things you do to relax those thoughts. I had seen OCD in shows such as Glee, as well as Friends. But I thought to myself, that's not me. I don't wash my hands every 5 minutes. I'm not afraid of germs. I soon realized that OCD was a whole lot different. Now back to The Alchemist. The Alchemist describes it as your personal legend. For me, I have created an equation that helps me cope with my mental health, and I believe it can help you with yours. Introducing my GPS: mentorship, goals, passion, self-care. Again, that's my GPS. Mentorship. We all need a good mentor in our life. We need somebody to hug us and tell us we're going to be okay. But finding a mentor is no easy task. How to look for a mentor? Well, look for somebody who inspires you, someone who uplifts you and brings you to become your better self. Don't look for someone who makes you jealous or puts you down. Also, look for mentors in the oddest places. Email that influencer on Instagram. Talk to your cousin. Call the new kid. You never know who or where you can find your next mentor. G stands for goals. My goals keep me motivated. They're what gets me up in the morning on my hardest days and makes me be productive. My goal was to speak on a TED Talk, and here we are. Thank you. What are your goals? What are things that make you want to get up in the morning? Passions. Passions are important as they give you a sense of purpose. My passions are eating ice cream, as well as going to concerts. Passions can be anything, and they can change from music to sports as long as they make you feel good. I tend to think of them as portable happy places. Passions are important, and passions can be whatever works for you. The last letter of my equation is self-care. Self-care is different for everyone. It can be anything from bathtubs to, personally for me, again, more Netflix. So, self-care for me was hard because I consider myself a very busy person. From student council to all my extra school activities, I go, I'm too busy. I don't have time to do all this nonsense. But soon enough, I discovered that it was an important part of me and that I needed to write it in my agenda. Once a week, I scheduled self-care. And it has helped me become the better activist to the activist you're seeing today. That's my GPS for my mental health. What's your GPS? Thank you.